Wow. Maybe I have to change it. Maybe I have to change my schedule from May to April then. You guys are so excited. Okay, I know. I was just kidding. I'm definitely very excited. I'm coming in, like Christina said, in May, and I just want to share a few things with you guys today. Okay, it is about 9:45 p.m. here. Actually, 9:40. You know, one of the good things about being a leader is punctuality, and one of the things I really love about Christina is she's very, very punctual all the time. So let's hold on. Let me move the camera here so you guys can see. This is my home office. And actually, one of the things that be successful, I will always have a saying: if you're not earning, make sure you're learning. So everyone should have a notebook out, take notes. If you're not earning, make sure you're learning. I'm going to share a little bit about how I got started today. I was not an instant success, uh, and I'm going to mute everyone here. Okay, I'm going to mute everyone here. Okay. So, because I'm gonna, Christina, I'm actually gonna record this. So if people who can't make it, you can put it on your website and people can access it. So we have a clean recording. But if you want to say, you can just raise your arms. I can see you. You want excited? Just raise your hands. All right. All right. There we go. So, like I said, I was not an instant success. But one of the things that really helped me is self development. Okay, reading and learning. This is just like all the leaders are readers. Okay, I know Christina, she reads tremendously a lot. Patrick reads a lot. Um, Everyone who's successful reads and learns. And there really is no excuse about, and I'm going to probably repeat myself over and over again. It's really important to learn. I still learn every day. I'm walking my dog. I'm listening to audios. Today, I jog or run to the gym for 2 miles. I'm listening to audios. So, not to brag or show up, but this is like basically the books I've read in like my 10 years. This is like my library at home. Okay. And now everything is even easier now because it's everything is an iPad. It's simple. When I used to travel, because I have a big business out in the Philippines and Malaysia, and I would go there for like 3 weeks at a time, and I used to carry like big bags of like half my suitcase was probably like self-development books that I would read or refer to when I do trainings. But now it's so easy. Everything's on the iPad. So first of all, I want to congratulate you all for being here on a Saturday. It's probably a lot of other things you could be doing on a Saturday, right? But you are here because you want to learn and you showed up. And showing up is really a big part of it. Whether it's like books again, books, people reading is learning. Just buying the book is the first step that gets you 50% there. That a lot of people, sadly, don't even do, right? So you're here on a Saturday. You should congratulate yourself. Second thing is I just want to thank Christina for inviting me. Like I said, I do a lot of coaching. Christina is one of my mastermind clients, and you can go to my website for what I charge. But once in a while, you find someone who's motivated. You just want to help them out. They're good, and this business is about helping people. So this is Saturday night, and I just want to share a few things to help you guys. Okay, so to start off, I want to share with you how I got started. But how many of you know my background? But raise your hand if you do. How many know my background? Okay, a couple. So I'll just share a little. I'll give you a real quick story. I was born and raised in New York City. I'm an American-born Chinese. My parents were immigrants from Hong Kong, basically pursuing the American dreams. Rags to riches, had no money. My dad basically saved and struggled and paid his way through med school and came to the U.S. to practice medicine. So when I was born early, we were poor, and then my dad made it, worked hard. I didn't see my dad much, and then he became. You can say he made it. We had a big house, and I remember growing up in the '80s. We had 3 Mercedes at one point, but my biggest thing as a kid was I was a kid and I didn't see my father much. I love sports. Maybe not like the Australian sports, but I love baseball, basketball. And I was a huge baseball was my first love. I always my heroes. I don't know if you heard of the New York Yankees. They're a very popular team, and my whole goal was I wanted to play baseball with my father, and more importantly, go to Yankee Stadium because that's where my heroes were. Like these guys like Don Malley, Greg Nettos. Um, these are my heroes, and I wanted to see them live because my other friends couldn't, but I could not. But I never got the chance because my dad was always busy at the hospital, and then when he got successful, he had his own clinic. But then the weekends, he had his nursing home, and then when he had any time, he had to spend time with my mom. So I actually got very bitter when I was a kid. Like, how come other dads could play, and and I couldn't. I wanted to go to the MSG to watch the basketball game. Because when you're like a 10-year-old kid, a Mercedes or Toyota or GM, you can't tell the difference, right? All I want to do was I want to get Don Mattingly's autograph and shake his hand at Yankee Stadium. And my dad was never take me there. So growing up, I actually became very close to my grandmother. I still remember my grandparents too. Fortunately, my grandfather's still alive. But my grandmother, I still remember she took me to my first baseball game. Yeah, she didn't have much money. We had cheap seats all to the top. But I remembered I was 12 years old, and I remembered that night as if it was like last week, because it meant so much to me. And later on, I realized that I wanted to. I don't want to live because my dad had money, but he had no time, and I didn't want to end up like that. So I thought I was going to be a doctor. To make a long story short, I don't want to be a doctor. I was like, I don't want to live the same life as my dad, and I ended up going for an industry that doesn't pay you much money, but it was awesome. I worked for the NBA, the National Basketball Association, where I got to go to over 200 NBA games courtside, and then became a certified agent. Again, I was making the players money, not much money for myself. Okay, but I was happy. I was young. I was partying with players, going to clubs, and I was just very excited and happy. And then I guess I reached a point where it started to get old, and I had a serious girlfriend, and I found myself going to basketball games like all the time, scouting and recruiting players. And I found and next thing you know, it's like I'm not making that much money, and I guess maybe it was a reality, a maturity. I was more mature. I think I got to start thinking about my future. It's not just fun. I got to think about maybe a better career because I was doing the same thing as what my father was, working all the time, no time. I had a serious girlfriend. I wanted to settle down. I didn't have the time. So I said, something's got to change. I started looking at different things. And I get, like I said, you know what? All the free autographs and tickets in the games, at the end of the day, they don't pay for my rent. Right? It's cool to brag to your friends, but later on, you get older, say, I got to start settle down, have a family. So that's when I started looking for things. Now I know sports very well, but I did not know business, did not know how to sponsor, sales, business. I had no idea. Okay, but I knew sports, knew basketball, I know very well. So, but it's like, but I needed to make a career change. So I started reading books, and I read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. How many of you have read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, before? Raise your hand. Right? Good. So everyone, the story, right? You have to work for yourself, right? Freedom is having time and money. If you have a lot of money but no time, like my father, it's not really freedom. But if you have a lot of time but no money, that's like a beggar. That's not freedom either. You gotta have both. So I looked into businesses, and I thought about doing a Subway franchise because I don't have any sales skills. I don't know any products. I don't know business. But Subway sandwich, if people want to lose weight in Americans are overweight. You have a product, you have a system, training system. Why not? But what happened was, the more I looked at it, you need, like, at that time, over $250,000 US to get started. So I didn't have the money. So then I looked and researched, and I found about network marketing. Now, I had never done network marketing before. I didn't even know what network marketing was. First time I heard the term network marketing, I thought it was marketing computer networks. Because this was during the internet craze. And network marketing computer networks. Okay, what's this big? But then I was like, wait a second, you can make $100,000, even $1 million for $1,000 investment. It's like, what's the catch, man? That's crazy. That's like a scam. But I was intrigued because people like Robert Kiyosaki and other well-known authors, they all recommended it. So I started looking. And I read books like, this book. I read a couple of books. One of them is Network Marketing for Dummies. Have you seen this book, Dummies book? Like, I'm not a dummy, but I still had to start from the beginning, right? Dummies. Read everything, learn about it. And I found out that network marketing was a great business, but you need at least, if you're doing it consistently every day, if you do for 5 years, you can make a full-time income. But $1,000 a week. 5 years consistently, you make that income. If you're willing to learn and do the work. And I'll show you what you need to do. So I said, okay, so let's do it. Yeah. But the thing I was afraid of was choosing the wrong company. Because the companies go out of business. So actually, I did all the research. I found out about, I found out about USANA. Okay, I found out USANA was at that time almost 10 years, 10, 11 years. So I was not the first ones to join. Okay, I did not join when it was a new market because the US was very mature already. But I got started. And believe it or not, I was probably one of the few people that sponsored himself. Okay, no one told me about USANA. And now, if any of you had came out to LA and talked to me, I would probably have joined you. No one told me, but I did all my research. I compared to different companies, realized USANA was the best. And I went to the internet, found a random stranger, and I think I typed in Google, USANA Los Angeles, found a random stranger, and then I said, hey, I want to join USANA. How do I sign up? I'm like the dream prospect, right? How many would you like to get that phone call? Hold on one second. This is my little baby here. He likes to join in for the training. Obi, say hi to all your friends in Perth. Look, they're saying hi to you, Obi. All right, his bed is over here. He's growling at the door before because my door is closed, and his little bed is here. Okay. He sleeps, here's the real life. He sleeps like 18 hours a day. So I signed up myself. Okay, like it tells you, here's one of the first lessons. Your prospects, the best prospects, there's no wrong prospect. It's just the wrong time for the right prospect. Every one of you here, you probably would have never thought about doing network marketing at one point in your life. Never. If you told me like 20 years ago, I was liking the NBA, the basketball. I'll think you're crazy. But when I actually came across it, I was looking for a change. So write this down. Your best prospects are the ones who are looking for transition, are in the transition. I actually moved from New York to LA to be part of a sports agent, to be a sports agent, then joined it with an agency. And then I got sick of it. I was looking for a change. I was sick of that lifestyle, right? So transition could be someone who is just got married. Now he's got to think about buying a house. He needs the extra money, right? So whatever it is, you're looking for prospects who are in transition. Those are the best prospects. Now, another transition could be someone who moved into the neighborhood. They're looking for new friends. Transition could be a couple that's having a baby. Before he was partying, he didn't care, but now he's got a baby. He doesn't want to go to work. He wants to spend time with the family. Transition could be, a stay-at-home mom that all of a sudden the kids that go to college now. She has all this free time in the world. Those are your best prospects. Okay. Transition could be someone that was like one of my leaders was a party animal, loves to party, never serious, like a goofball, and all of a sudden he realized, hey, I'm turning 30. I need to wake up and change my life and take some more responsibility. Again, transition. Okay. Christina's the same way. She was in transition. So always look, those are the best prospects. Now, if a prospect's just got a new job, probably not a very good prospect. They're probably very excited by the job. We got the raise. They're very excited, right? But give it some time to be open. So you never give up. And in my soul sponsoring system, I talk about how to follow up the right way. And if you approach people the right way, they'll be always open for the follow-up. So going back to my story, I got started. I talked to the guy for 45 minutes. And he answered my questions. And I told him, he said, are you ready to join? I remember this was a Thursday. I remember exactly where I was driving to Long Beach on my headset driving. I was going to like a small group meeting that night for my church. And before I had time to kill, I was going to go to the gym to work out and do some reading. And then at night, because I didn't want to drive back, I remember exactly where I was. He called me. So I said, let me think about it. Okay. So I said, when should I call you? So call me back tomorrow. So tomorrow comes. He calls me. I still remember. I remember exactly where I was. I was actually shopping at the Camarillo outlets for clothes. Okay, and he's like, Simon, so did you think about it? Now let me ask you. Did you think I actually went home and thought about it that night? Do you think I thought it? Nod your head or shake your head. Do you think I stayed up all night to think about it? There's no, I didn't think about it. All right, I basically wanted to join. I found him, but people, we have a tendency we don't like to make an easy sale for people. Right? Oh, he got me. So sometimes I feel we don't like to do that. So I just told, or sometimes we just don't want to buy the first time. I got to think about it. Even though I reached out to him, I knew I was going to do it. So he asked me, well, are you ready to get started? I said, yes, I am actually, but I'm in the middle of shopping. I don't want to give you my credit card over the phone. Can you call me back in 2 hours when I get home? So when I got home, what did he do? He wasn't afraid of rejection. He called me. Hey, Simon, are you ready to get signed up? I said, sure, here it is. What package did you think about? Did you think I thought about a Pro Pack or 3BC? I didn't think about it. I was like, yeah, whatever I do, I want the best. And I do not quit. Okay. I do not quit. I said to myself, after I read Network Marketing for Dummies, I'll give it 5 years. So I'm not going to quit. I want the best. So Pro Pack, how much is it? I don't even know how much. I just charged you my credit card. You said that's the best package. That's the best package. So that's why I went. I remember I signed up and I got started. It was in November. Now, I wish I could say I was a success story, but I was a terrible, pathetic failure my first 2 months. Okay, a lot of mistakes I made. I made $0 my first 2 months. If you met me my first 2 months, you would have never thought that I would make it big. So that is one thing you want to write down. You never know who is going to be good, who is going to be bad. Especially when you talk to your contact list. That's one of the deadly mistakes. You can go to my website, Simon W. Chan. It talks about the trainings. One of the deadly mistakes people make is, actually, I think I posted on the USANA Australia Award this week. One of the big mistakes and deadly mistakes, and I call it deadly because it'll kill your business. It'll also kill your business, also kill you physically because it'll stress you out. And stress kills. Is that they prejudge who's going to be good in the business. If you saw me, I had no business because you never know where I've been good. Okay? But the things you can't see is you can't see my heart. I can see your heart. I can see how determined, how hungry you want it. Only you know that. Other people can't. I can't tell. Right? And if you met me the first 2 months, I was a terrible, pathetic failure. You would never guess I would have been good. And you don't know which of your prospects will be good or bad either. I know when Christina first joined, you probably think she was bad too because she didn't do much either. I have prospects who have MBAs, who are, I went to Columbia, an Ivy League school. Now, that's not to brag because I wasn't a good student, okay? I wasn't like I was getting A's, but somehow I got in there just from, my parents forced me to work hard. But once I got to school, I decided I had no parents, so forget about studying. I just partied and not even that party, just play basketball, play video games, everything not to do with studying, okay? So I had friends who were smart in school. They should be doing well. They joined, they did nothing. I have friends who barely went to school, but they're leaders now. I have a leader who's a diamond director, went to jail, yes, went to jail for petty crimes when he was younger because he just grew up in the streets. Now, I'm not talking about murdering people, but just like stealing, shoplifting, went to jail, was a gangster, but now he's very successful because you never know. You can never know the heart and the desire, right? And the best part of this business is it doesn't matter what background you're from, as long as you're willing to commit to learning and be patient, the time it takes to be patient, you can be successful. So going back to it, my first 2 months I made no money. The only thing that saved me, and I'm not going to go into the details of what I did wrong. Christina can share with you. One of the things I did wrong is I didn't talk to enough people. I didn't follow a routine. And I'll give you a routine to do later this. Okay, so one of the only thing that saved me was I was listening to training calls. I would download them and listen to them while I was driving. And one time I listened to the training call, I just got so fed up. Hey, I'm just going to go out and do it. Where I know because remember I signed up myself. No one convinced me. I knew I was going to do this business. So one of my New Year's resolutions that year was, hey, I'm going to start off and do the business every single day. And also to start investing in self-development. Okay. Invest in your brain. I started buying this first book. It wasn't even the best book, Selling 101, Zig Ziglar, Selling 101. Taught me basically how to sell a little bit. And the most important thing I learned from that book was you really have to care about others. And you believe that the product helps others, and you care about others, and you're willing to do that, people can sense it. Because before, I was just like, hey, I saw everyone's a target. Hey, I want to sign this up because I'm going to make $100. People ran away from me. When I start shifting, say, I'm more of a consultant to help people, everything changed. People start paying attention to me. But I still had to go through 42 people to get my first yes. Okay. And I was doing it the wrong way. Now, in my soul sponsoring system, I actually teach what to do. I was totally doing the wrong way. But you still, the amazing thing is you do it the wrong way, you can still sponsor people and make money. But it just takes a lot more work, a lot more pain. It's more painful, right? So I share a lot of my lessons here. So the first lesson is you have to be self-development, learning every day. Like I said, this is the second, third time I've talked about it. I can't emphasize the importance. I would not be here if it wasn't for the books and audios I listened to, committed to. So you have to learn the skills. And anyone can learn the skills. Anyone. Okay, now there's 5 things you have to do every single day. 5 things. Okay, write these down. This is what I call the 5 core daily production activities. You want to make money, you do these 5 things every single day. I guarantee you, in 21 days from now, okay, on March 30th, by April 1st, you will be a totally different person. Your business will be different. The first thing is you got to work on expanding your list every day. Expanding your list. Meaning you got to add new people, meet new people. Whether they're online or offline, you have to be adding people to your list, your contacts, so you never run out of people to talk to. And now, when you meet them, I don't like to talk to them and just prospect them right away. I like to build a little relationship before I do. Yeah, but you're meeting people, meeting new people that you can potentially share. That's the first thing you need to do. How many? Preferably at least 2 people a day. One of the mistakes people make is they don't do that until the list runs out. But then they become desperate. Right? You want to do that before you run out of people. Every day you should go out there and meet 2 people. The second thing you do, 5 core daily production activities, is you got to be prospecting every day. That doesn't matter you get a yes or a no, but you got to prospect new people every day. Someone you've never talked to before, share them about the business. Share them about the products. The third thing you have to do is you have to be spending time following up some people every day. Following up with people. This could be someone you talked to a week ago, yesterday, a month ago, 5 days ago, whatever. But you have to be following up. Especially if you want to close. 80% of sales is done after the 5th follow-up. 80%. But most people quit after the second attempt. Second attempt, someone doesn't return a phone call, or can't get hold of them, or says no, they stop. Okay? 80% of sales is done after 5 follow-ups. Now that brings us to number 4. The 4th thing you have to do every day is self-development. Training is, I guess this is like how many times I've said this? 4 or 5 times now. Now here's the one thing about training. The best time to train is your downtime. The downtime meaning when you're prospecting time. Here's the mistake. Don't be sitting at home and, let me just sit in front of your computer, listen to trainings. At that time should be prospecting. Downtime is when you're driving to work, commuting. Right? And now everyone has like iPhones, Droid phones, or even, any type of phone has probably an MP3 player. Put the trainings and put them on MP3s and listen to them over and over again. Motivate. Right? It's good for motivation. Goes in your subconscious mind. You're walking your dog. I walk my dog. Obi, he's lucky. He gets 4 walks a day. I take him out 4 times a day. Right? I listen to audios. Except for at night. At night, it's like the walk before he goes to bed. I like to just calm my mind. But I walk him at 7:30 in the morning. I walk him at 1 p.m. and I walk him at 5:30, 6 p.m. 5:30, 6 p.m. And then I walk him at 11 p.m. Those other 3, I listen to audios. or I use that time to talk to my team members. My creative time, high energy time, is for creative work or prospecting. Okay, not spending time talking to team members or doing self-development. Self-development is downtime. Like I ran to the gym today. I got to be running to the gym. So listen to audios, right? The last thing you have to do every day is talk to your team. Talk to your team. If you don't have a team, talk to your upline. Don't have an upline, talk to your crossline. You guys are all here today. Become friends with each other. Start working with each other. Connect with each other. Talk to your upline. We're not talking about sharing sob stories, what's going on, telling life stories. I'm only asking 5 minutes a day. What do you do? Who do you talk to? What's going on? 5 minutes a day. Talk to the person. The more you talk to them, I'm telling you, the better successful you are. Now, I'm not talking about calling what's the weather, what's going on with the kids. No, talk about business. What's going on with your business? People in my downline, they say, Simon, I don't want to bother you. I say, the people who don't call me, they bother me. The people who call me all the time, I got a prospect, I got this, they're making money. They're the ones who are go-getters, they're making money. They're always talking. So those are the 5 things. You'll be connected to your team, especially we live in a negative world, right? Outside, it doesn't matter you live in the US or Perth or Sydney or Hong Kong. Every the news out there is a positive or negative. Negative, right? People like to, just open any newspaper up, it's negative news. Negative news. There's no impact on your life whatsoever, but it can depress you, right? It's depressing. So we need positive energy. And we also have a lot of negative, how many have negative prospects? Right? They shoot you down. It makes you feel bad, right? I've had prospects that, what are you doing there? Making fun of me? Talking behind my back? It hurts. I'm human. It hurts. That's why I talk to my mentors. I talk to other people. I'm motivated again. I listen to audio. I keep going. Now, it's like a mental warfare. It's warfare out there. You have negative people attacking you. And even if you don't have negative people, the press out there, the media, the news, the TV, it's all negative. Right? You hear about suicide bombing. Oh, wow. Policemen killing innocent cops. It's depressing. Now, once I hear that, how can I talk to someone with high energy about the business, right? So you got to really protect what's going on in your mind. So those are the 5 things. Every day you have to, I promise you do that for 21 straight days, you will be a different person. Your business will change. Even if you don't earn or sign anyone up yet, it will change you because just from the self-development and the consistency, you'll be better at prospecting. You're more motivated. You learn something. You attract better people in your business. People ask me, Simon, how do I attract better people? How do I sign up better people? How do I attract better prospects? You work on yourself. You work on yourself, you get better people, right? Because people are always buying you. So some of the prospecting, I just start prospecting every single day, learning the skills, doing that every day. I follow this thing called 553. 553, right? I talk to 5 new people a day. People ask me how many people you talk to. 5 new people. It could be people in the gas station, petrol station I meet, anywhere. 5 could be 5 no's. 5 people a day. Then I do 5 follow-ups a day. And then I do 3 presentations a day. I present to 3 people. So what it means is I talk to 5 people. 4 will say, no, I'm not interested. Maybe 1 will say, I'm interested. What do you have to do? I talk to them about the business. That's 1. Now, doesn't mean the person joins. I don't care about people joining. I just want to do 553. If I do that every day, in 1 week, I can get 1 or 2 signups. So I don't care about the no's. I just say 5. So I don't go to sleep, say, I didn't get a sign up today, I feel bad. My thing was that I talked to 553. I do 3 presentations. I present and share the business to 3 people, or the products to 3 people. If I did it, then today's a failure. I need to talk to 5, follow up 5 and 3. If you do that, I'm telling you, you'll get the signups like no tomorrow. They'll come. Now, the first couple of days, you may be easy. After 1 week, you have so many, because you're talking to new people, you'll be so busy with follow-ups. You'll be flooded with calls. You'll be so overwhelmed. But it's good, when you're overwhelmed, that's when you're making money. And that's what we want, right? We're here to make money. Right? This business, I'm telling you, is very exciting when you're overwhelming. Christina is constantly overwhelmed. We always joke about that. That's what she's made. Her business is growing now, more than now than before, right? But we have nothing to do. Oh, You have all the free time. This business is miserable. It's boring. One of my first 2 months in the business, I made no money. I was relaxed, but the business was so boring, so miserable. So what I did was I just bought meetings. Key is bring meetings to your upline or to your team. Don't try to do everything, talk about it. So you should not be presenting and talking. Even today, nowadays, if it's my prospect, I don't present. I have someone else present, or I use something tool to present, right? Because you want to use the upline. If you're doing all the talking, what happens is you become like a know-it-all. And a prospect has 3 doubts. Number one is, okay, write this down. 3 doubts. Number one is this for real? Right? So they don't know if this is a company, is it for real, MLM works or not. That's the doubt. This is for real. The second thing is, can I do this? And the third is, will you help me? Now, most of the people, after they talk to you, they trust you. They know it's for real. But the main thing that prevents people from joining a lot of times is, can I do this? All right, so, you're such a good talker. Oh, Simon, this is what happened to me. I'm sharing a story. I started sponsoring people. By the way, I did a lot of three-way calls with my mentor, right? And I would, every time you answer an objection, I'll write them down. Right? And I basically was speaking about, I had like a whole desk of all notes. It was like my cheat sheet. So every time someone asked me something, I just look at it. I knew exactly how to handle it. All right. So I actually include this cheat sheet. I actually typed it up. It's in my soul sponsoring. There's over 50 different objections. I used to write them down. And the best thing is, like, you listen to them over and over and over again. A lot of them are so similar. But I had this cheat sheet written out. Right. And now like I said, I've typed them up. It's much easier. I don't even need it anymore. But I did so many presentations. And then I basically memorized the cheat sheet. And I said, hey, I know it. And of course, I have a little ego. I say, hey, I'm good. I'm good now. I signed a lot of people. I bring 3 ways to my upline, but she's saying the same thing over and over again. I can do this. So I start talking to people. I was like, hey, I want to make my upline proud. I don't need them anymore. I want to do it myself. I want to show them I'm the man. I can do it. And then guess what happens? Next couple of weeks, I was sponsoring 1 a week. To that month, sponsored 0 people. 0. Because what happened was, you're right, I was doing great presentations, great speaking, answering everything easy, right? But what happens is, people will say to me, oh, how long have you been studying this? How much time do you spend on this? Oh, you're such a good talker. I mean, I'm too busy. I got 2 kids. I'll never be able to talk like the way you do. So I'll lose them. Okay. When you prospect, like Christina said, is what duplicates. Simple. You always think about, like, the biggest idiot in the world can do this business. I call you, hey, I got a great opportunity. You want to learn more? Yes. Oh, go talk to my friend Christina. She'll do all the talking. And Christina talks, the blah, blah, blah. So that's duplicatable, right? I could be the biggest dummy, biggest idiot. I don't know even what to say, but I can set up a phone call to Christina. Christina does all the talking. And then your prospect says, well, I can do that. I can set up a phone call. But you wanted me to start talking about the products, the nutrients, this comparative guide, the PDR, or the scientific stuff. That scares people away. They think they gotta be experts. They think they gotta be good. Let me ask you this. You can nod your head. Do people like salespeople? No, right? So if the more you talk, the problem is, when distributors is not knowing what to say, is they talk too much. So the more you talk, you become a salesperson. And you just said people don't like salespeople, right? So they run away. So they don't want to deal with you in first place. Number 2 is, let me ask you this. Do people like to be a salesperson? If you ask the average person on the street, do you want to be a salesperson? What would they say? Yes or no? No, they will say no, right? So if you're talking like that, you're basically telling your downlines that you got to be a salesperson to be successful in the business. Now, of course, they don't want to do the business. They don't care how good the products are. They don't want to be a salespeople. So you lose people that way too. So duplication is, keep it simple. And that's why I teach these 3 types of prospects, S, O, and W. I don't know if, S, O, and W, the people who are S, more successful than you. O, the people who are on the same level. And W, the people, who want to be like you or worse than you. And you basically just, for example, so if I was prospecting. Um, I'll give it a John, right? And John lives in Perth. And I'll talk to my friend John. And John's a successful person, more successful than I am. I'll simply talk to John. Hey, John, hey, how's it going? This is Simon Chan. I'm actually working with a company right now. We're expanding. It's an American company, 20 years, expanding in Perth. And we're looking for smart business people. And you're one of the first persons I thought about. Would you mind taking a 2-minute call to talk to this lady, Christina? She's in charge of the marketing in Perth right now. Right? So that's it. That's what I say. Now, John's going to say either yes or no. If he says yes, I connect him with Christina. If he asks me, what's this about? That's the only question you probably ask me, right? That's a trap. Don't go there and explain what then you become a salesperson. He asked me, what's it about? Hey, I can maybe say this is a 20-year-old company. We're in a nutritional, we're a publicly listed company with marketing nutritional supplements. That's all it. That's it. I wouldn't go any further than that. And I'll say, well, you really have to talk to Christina. She's the marketing manager. And she said, how come you can't tell me more? Well, I'm just a headhunter. My job is to find people. You got to talk to Christina. She's the person in charge of the marketing and sales presentations. That's it. And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Say that confidently, with confidence. And if you say that weak, no one's going to buy it. Say it confidently, people will buy it, and they'll take that phone call. Now, whether he joins or not doesn't matter. All I just want is bring the phone call to Christina and let her do the talking. Is that something anyone can do? Yes, right? So your prospects say, hey, that's pretty simple. I can do that. Second type of prospect. Second type of prospect is someone who's on the same level, a good friend of mine that know me too well. Right? Now, these are like the hardest people to get in. Like my friends I went to college with. Like they just remember the Simon as the one who didn't go to class and would just copy homework. Like my friend, I have another friend, Zach. I copy homework. Right? And we copied from this girl, Miss Chow Wei, very smart girl. And so I'm talking to her about business. She respects me. But in her mind, she still remembers the Simons that copy homework, never went to class, and got like a C+ in physics. So now all of a sudden I'm talking about business. Why should she was an A student. Why should she listen to me? Right? So this is when you really, really need it. So the way I approach her, if I was approaching Zach, I'd say, hey, Zach, how's it going? How you doing? We share a little rapport. And Zach, I'm actually working with a company right now. We're expanding in Perth. Very exciting. And you could earn some extra income here. You're one of the first buddies I thought about. Would you mind taking a 2-minute phone call with this woman, Christina? She's in charge of the marketing. And I think this is something that can help you out. Simple as that. Now, if he refuses, I can say, hey, Zach, we've been good friends, right? Can you just do me a favor? Do me a favor. I'm trying to impress this woman, Christina. I'm new to this. I want to impress her. Can you just take a 2-minute phone call? It'll make me look good. As a friend, can you do that? And he would. If he's your friend, he would do that. Now, if you've never done network marketing or MLM before, you can also say this. You can say, Zach, have I ever approached you about something like this before? He says, no. Well, I've never, because I'm very anal and particular about what I choose. But this is the real deal. I've waited all these years and finally found something that's really good. You should definitely take a look at it. So as one of my best friends, can you take a look at this? All right, that's it. Well, can you tell me more, Simon? No, it's not. It's not my job. I'm just a headhunter. You got to talk to Christina. Again, be confident in that. Okay. The third type of person is like the W's. They're like worse than you, worse, or want to be like you. They're like maybe someone that looks up to you, right? Your assistant, your little cousin. These people, you're used to bossing them around, or you tell them what to do. They look up to you. So all of a sudden, if you approach them in a weak way, it'll be weird because it's inconsistent with your normal behavior. So for example, Jeffrey's like a little brother of mine. I basically tell him what to do. I've helped him out a lot. I'll just call Jeffrey. Hey, what are you doing on Saturday night? Oh, nothing much. Hey, Jeffrey, what are you doing at 7:30? Oh, I got dinner plans. Hey, can you make your dinner plan 7:45? I need you to talk to this woman, Christina. It's a very good opportunity. I'm thinking about you to help you out. Do this. You need to do this. 7:30, I'm going to have this one woman, Christina, call you. Can you do that? Very different approach. I tell him what to do because I'm used to in the past. I always give him advice. He looks up to me. I just tell him 7:30, change your dinner to 7:45. Take that phone call at 7:30. Or you have to eat dinner at 7:30. Go step out for the restaurant for 5 minutes. Talk to this woman, Christina. It could change your life. Okay, so those are the three things. The last thing I would end with is you are your own brand. Christina and I, we work on our marketing a lot. You're your own brand. It's very important to think about always working on yourself, right? Ask yourself, how are you different? You have to be different. Think of the typical, I think, pathetic distributor. Okay. If there are any pathetic distributors in the room, I'm sorry if I offended you. But I don't think we have any pathetic distributors out there, right? No. So think about that typical, stereotypical, pathetic distributor that's desperate for people to join. You'd be opposite. But have posture and confidence. Whatever I share with you is not what you say, it's how you say it. You got to be confident. But not to lose, you got to be afraid to, if people are not willing to join, and don't beg them to join. Don't be desperate. Don't be chasing people. Right? I think one of the things that helped me out, I've always been a little bit different. But I tell you, I don't want you to join. Someone asked me, oh, can you call him back? I don't want to talk to the person again. He has to call me back. He's losing out on the opportunity, not me. It's not my loss. It's their loss. Because I have, there's 1 billion people in the world. Even in Australia, there's 25 million people in the world. 25 million people in Australia you can sponsor. But they only got you because you got the great opportunity. You got the great products. They need you, but you don't need them. Because if they say no, you got 25 million people in Australia. You can go to 25 million in Malaysia. You can go to another 4 million in New Zealand. You have this huge market. Come to the US, prospect here. We have 300 million people here. Right? You don't need them, but they need you. So the last couple of tools, I'm excited to come out there. Really, self-development is the key. Learn to invest in self-development. Learn on your brain. Not only will it help you in the business, it will make your personal life a lot better. You're going to ask Christina some of the things she learned from time management, other things. It's not just helped her in the business, but in her personal life. And that's the best part of this business is really being able to, make an impact on others. For me, I got started because I read the book Purpose Driven Life. I'm a born again Christian. After reading, and it's funny, right before I started the business, I read that was my purpose. But God wanted me to have a positive impact on other people. And when I found that we're marketing, it made sense because that's what we do. So the best parts of this business is like, for example, like some of my leaders in the Philippines, like this guy who went to jail and now he's a diamond director. Another guy was like, making less than $200 a month and now is diamond directors, having their own house, buying a house for his mom. That's to see that change. That's the touching part. And even like the short time I've been working with Christina, I've seen her grow so much. She's come up with a lot of very exciting things that she probably haven't told you yet. Very exciting to see her growth and some of her members that PK and that she's on her team, seeing them grow. The stuff they've learned, like even this guy PK, the stuff they learned in network marketing, it's not just helped them grow in this business, but it helped him grow in his other business because he's still part-time. He's got a basketball business, so it's helped him. So really, the money and the lifestyle, that's 3. Number 1 is being able to impact others. Number 2 is your personal growth. And then number 3 is the income. And you got to go out there and, invest in yourself. It always starts up here, right, in your mind. As you grow yourself, grow your mind, you will grow your income. So you can go to my website for some resources. If you haven't, you can go out there. There's tons of trainings. What I shared with you today, a lot of it's online. And if you have how many of you have an iPhone? How many of you have iPhones, iPads, iPhones? Okay, if you do, I have almost everyone does nowadays. If you have an iPhone or iPad, I have an app. Just go to put network marketing training and you can download my iPhone app. Okay. If you search it if you search it on the iPad, it's actually an iPhone app. It's just look for MLM skills. That's what it says. And basically it's free. You can access order. So these are good things created because it's good for self-development. Okay. If you go to, again, I would repeat, just type in network marketing training, it will pop up. It's a little blue icon, MLM skills. So it's easy. I mean, when you're on a bus, commuting, on the subway, the metro, whatever, you can access the training because that's what I used to do. And I still do it. So that's it. I think I could take one or two questions, and I'm just excited to come down to Australia in basically 2 months from now. So I'm gonna unmute the call. If you have any, I'll take two questions. Anyone have any questions? I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Two questions. Quick. Yeah, quick. Come in front. Simon?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I have a friend, a prospect from Malay. He did network marketing before. It's very good. You know, as long as you have a good personality, you can do it better. You can do it really well. So I shared this on said, oh, maybe not right now. Why? Just like, I already done that. How can I actually change this one? That's one question. Second one, my Chinese friend. He wants to, he has lots of friends doing this 21st century network marketing. The products are very good, everyone doing really well. And then I approached him, so in the similar ways you have to networking with lots of people, I don't like it.
Okay, hold on a second. I like it. You're a go-getter. I said one question, he has two questions. Okay. So I just want to repeat because the mic was not that clear. The first question is you have someone who is in LA, right? Who you present Malaysia, and you presented them about the company already.
No, he did network marketing in Malay, and then when I talked to him, so I'm doing network marketing. He said, "Oh, which one?" I said, "USANA." He said, "Oh, been for a while, but would you like to talk about more?" He said, "Yeah, we'll meet up." So
Okay.
these kind of people I know, they done network marketing, they know it's very good, but how can I make them move on static? Something like that.
Okay, first thing, you should go, actually, I just did a post. I just did a video on this. Go to my website, on my blog, SimonW.Chan/blog. I just posted this a couple of days ago, recently, that how to talk to other people who have been who are in another MLM company. Okay, you want to ask the questions. Again, the key to prospecting is not to tell people what to do, but ask them. You lead them, guide them to the answer. So I will find out like, what type of MLM experience do you have? You know, how did you do? And the best questions are, what are some things that worked for you? And what are some challenges you had? And how come you don't do it anymore? And another question I asked them is, if you failed, why do you still look at it again? If you didn't do well, why would you still consider doing USANA? Again, most people say, "Oh, join USANA because USANA is different. It's much better." Again, that's like a typical person answer. I say, if because you probably failed or quit, right? Didn't work out. You didn't network marketing before. If you failed, then why would you still look at doing USANA? Why do you want to? Are you afraid that you'll fail too? Right? And then here's what start sharing. But by doing that, number one, it shows you are not afraid to lose him. Right? And that makes you a leader. Instantly, he respects you more. And then if he says, "I want to learn more," I normally use I would do like a webinar like this, or I use Skype and present to them. I like to use Skype. I don't like to send video links because when you send video links, whether people are paying attention or not, you don't know. Right? If I did a recording for training, I sent it to you, you guys could be listening, falling asleep. I can't tell. But right now, since I see you on the webcam, I know everyone. I can see who's falling asleep and who's paying attention. So when you prospect, it's important. right? When you're prospecting, you talk about the main point. That the guy's like, oh, he's got to go to the bathroom, or the dog's barking, or whatever. You never know. The kid's gonna be talking. When you're seeing the person, you know what's going on. All right. So that's your first. But go look at the blog post. I just recently did it. How to? I posted on the Australian Facebook wall, USANA Australia wall. You can click on it, or you can go directly to my blog. It's similar to your question. How to talk to people who are in MLM already? Okay. So it's like a 7-minute training. I will watch that. And then your second question was what was your second question again?
He doesn't like building relationships, doing a business, or earning income. Is that something you have to go outside to meet people? He doesn't like it. I have a couple of friends. They not really, as long as they say, "Oh, I'm not interested in," because I'm not working with other people. They not actually listen to me. Why actually you don't like? How can we help you to change? Why is different from your own perspective? How can I talk to these people to let them to open their mind, actually listen?
Okay, number one, you can never open someone's mind. Okay, they have to open themselves. Okay, you have to guide them to open someone's mind, right? So no matter what you say, they will never listen to you because you're a salesperson. You're a liar. You're a liar. You lied to them. You only saying that because you want me to join. That's why you lie. I don't trust you. Right? That's what they think. Right? So I would ask them, number one, find out what the experience was. Why? How come you did not allow networking? Again, go to my website. Go to the menu. Go to if you go to the top of the menu, go to the MLM objection handling, and then you see it. I actually did 1 or 2 trainings on that. You want to find out what they are. And also, you ask them, if you don't want to do networking, what do you want to do? I'll ask them, you want to make money. If you don't do networking, what are the plans you have? What would you like to do?
Yeah.
So those are the 2. Go to my website, go to objection handling, look for MLM objection. And all right, that's it. Your time is up. You asked your 2 questions. I'll give you guys a bonus, one more.
Any other questions? One more?
And only one. You can't take ask 2.
Quick. Quick. No questions. They want to wait till you come to Perth, Simon.
Good. I'm excited. So, all right. So, hey, you know what? Listen, thank you again for your time, for being here. You guys have been a great crowd. I can tell just from your facial expressions, you guys want to learn. Trust me, do the 5 core production activities, 5 things every day. Meeting new people, prospecting, follow-up, self-development, and talk to your team. Do that. Do that for, like I said, 21 straight days, and not only will your business, but your life will change. Thanks again. I'll see you in Perth in 2 months, all right? God bless you all. Have a great day.